Today's video, you're going to learn exactly what you need to do to calculate the calories in your net carbs if you're trying to lose weight. Now, before we go any further, look, do me a favor, click below. You're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're going to give a thumbs up. You're going to turn on notifications so you can know when my best videos are coming out, which is weekly at this point. And to take it a step further, if you want to know more about nutrition, more about how to lose fat without doing stupid, silly things you see here on the internet, you're just going to click that other link. You're going to give me your email address and I will send you my ultimate fat loss guide. No questions asked. I will not spam you. I don't do anything like that. And yeah, let's dig in. So, how many calories are in net carbs? Well, first we need to understand what a net carb is. So you have three macronutrients. Technically there are four, which would be protein, carbs, fat, and alcohol, but we usually don't track our alcohol in that way. So protein, carbs, and fat. And each of those have a specific number of calories per single gram. For a protein, there are 4 calories per single gram. For a carbohydrate, there are 4 calories per single gram. For fat, there is 9 calories per single gram. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we go through this. Now, where do net carbs come from? Some people credit the Atkins diet for this. When I was about 10, when I was first diagnosed with diabetes, this was back in 2000. The year 2000. Conan O'Brien. Anyway, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, net carbs was a big thing because the idea was if we had a low carb count, low net carb, then my blood sugar would not spike. That's where a lot of the craze around net carb came from, because it could technically help diabetics, because the things that are not being tracked or that we are subtracting from total carbohydrates would be sugar alcohols, so your fake sugar. Fiber, they're saying, because it doesn't spike your blood sugar and can help with blood sugar stability, really shouldn't be counted, and that's why net carbs is the amount of carbohydrates that will cause blood sugar to rise. But that's not really how the body works. We'll talk more about this right now. In sugar alcohols, it's not that it is a magical thing and there are no calories whatsoever. There's still a small amount. So you have fiber as well. Now you have 2 types of fiber. You have insoluble fiber, which passes right through the body. It's literally nature's broom. And then you have soluble fiber, which turns into fatty acid in the gut. So it does have calories in it. The body actually does digest it and process it, just like the body digests and processes sugar alcohols as well. Why can companies mark about net carbs? The reason why is because the Food and Drug Administration really is what is responsible for looking at this back here, the actual nutrition label. But when it comes to marketing on the front, there have been lawsuits such as, like, I believe Quest Bar was sued because their marketing wasn't quote unquote true because of their whole increase in the amount of fiber they have. So we have to kind of keep that in the back of our mind as we go through this. So to get your total net carbs, you take your total carbohydrates in a food and subtract sugar, alcohols, and fiber, and that'll give you your net carbs. But like I said, they don't disappear. Because the big question is, so where are the calories? Do they just disappear? Do they not actually go in the body? This is where folks trying to lose weight run into a trap. Because they will go for foods that are high in fiber, which I really recommend because most Americans don't get nearly enough fiber, and you should be getting at least 14 to 15 grams per every 1,000 calories you consume. For men, that puts us closer to like 38 grams of fiber per day. For women, on average, closer to 25, 28 grams per day. Like, that's what we should be getting. Now, if you're slamming like protein bars and high fiber wraps all day, you're kind of missing the point, because they're sugar alcohols and different variations. You're gonna just end up shitting your pants, which we don't want to do. We're trying to lose weight. If we're trying to increase our fiber, which is good, we also still need to read the back of labels, because if something says it only has 5 net carbs in it, right? In this case, these carb balanced mission tortillas, they have 15 grams of fiber in them, which is fucking amazing. If we have dietary fiber, which is 15 grams, and it says the total carbohydrate is 19 grams, what they're actually advertising when they're saying there's only 70 calories in this, and this is how they're sneaky, is they're subtracting 19 from 15, which gives you 4 carbohydrates, right? for carbohydrates, which changes the label. That's how they're able to get away with saying there's only 70 calories in one rep. There's not. There's more than that. But if you're primarily just going based off what that says, and we see there's a high fiber content or sugar alcohol content, and they're manipulating things, if you're trying to track your calories but you're having a hard time losing weight and you think you're being as accurate as possible, you need to consider, is the packaging really playing into net carbs, which can be pretty annoying. It means you have to double check yourself and do a little bit of math here. So here's how we can figure this out. Here's the example. So Mission Carb Balanced tortillas. On the packaging, it says there's a total of 70 calories. There's 5 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, 19 grams of carbohydrate. And a little asterisk here, we have 15 grams of fiber. So if we do the math, remember, protein, that's 5 times 4. There's 4 calories per single gram of protein, which comes out to 20 calories. There's 9 grams of calories in a single gram of fat. So that comes out to 27 calories. Now, there's 19 grams of carbohydrates in this, and for every 1 gram of carbohydrate, there are 4 calories. So basically, 5 times 4 is 20, 3 times 9 is 27, 19 times 4 is 76 calories. Whoa, 76 calories already. We have to worry about that because the package says 70 calories. Because what we have to do is then add up all these 3, and the actual total calories per single rep for these low carb balanced Mission tortillas is 123 calories per single tortilla. By the way, not bad at all. They're fucking delicious. They're packed full of fiber. They're a great alternative, and they're still lower calorie than most breads when you do that, even if you're looking at the keto breads. So what they actually did is they subtracted the fiber, so you would be left over with 4 grams of carbohydrates. Multiplying that times 4 gives you 16. Well, 20 plus 27 plus 16, that's going to give you your 70 calories right there, give or take. So we have to keep that in the back of our mind here, that the calories do not exist, do not disappear. They're still there. You need to be proactive in this. And if you feel like you have been dialed in, like you are tracking everything to a T, like you are hitting your total steps, you're getting your exercise in, you're getting enough sleep, you're really like dialed in at this point, then I would go back and I would check through what you're eating. Check through if you're just scanning the label on MyFitnessPal and not really thinking about anything. Because if we're scanning and we're seeing like the math isn't mathing, then we have to understand that we're probably missing something somewhere. So look, if this is confusing for you, you're not even sure what I'm talking about when it comes to macros, again, you can click that link below and you can get my Ultimate Fat Loss Guide. It'll be sent right to your inbox. All you have to do is drop your email below. If you found this helpful, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so I can bring you more helpful content just like this. You can turn on notifications to know when the next video is coming out. You can give a thumbs up. You can leave a comment below and tell me if there's some other concept in nutrition or training or just whatever that you want me to cover. I will probably cover it. I appreciate you for being here, and thank you for making time in your busy day to watch this video or even listen to it. So without further ado, go do great things because you can. Remember, you're one day away from getting back on track and one day away from realizing how fucking amazing you are.